Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Space Academy, USA, in the world beyond tomorrow, 2350 AD. Here, the Space Cadets train for duty on distant planets. In roaring rockets, they blast through the millions of miles from Earth to far-flung stars and brave the dangers of cosmic frontiers, protecting the liberties of the planets, safeguarding the cause of universal peace in the age of the conquest of space.
Hi there. This is Tom Corbett again with another session of Space Chatter. Pull up a chair. Make yourselves comfortable. We're all warmed up and ready to go on our regular space jaunt, and this time we're going way out to the trans-Neptune orbit, where the mysterious planet... But wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, it so happened on this one particular day, we were assigned to duty at Spaceport Control. We were responsible for all incoming and outgoing interplanetary flights. Space freighters to the colonies on Titan and Ganymede, rocket liners to Venus and Mars, and all Solar Guard patrol ships. Well, everything was going smoothly. Until a strange, unidentified ship broke into the traffic pattern, messed up all landing operations, and then crashed about 10 miles away on the Spaceport Proving Ground. Captain Strong took me out to examine the ship. It was a single-seater job, sort of like a scout, but it was empty. No sign of the pilot, whoever it was. After checking the interior, however, the skipper seemed certain that someone had been aboard. But he sent me back to work with no further explanation. And that night in the dormitory, Roger and Astro were really pounding me with questions.
Captain Strong sent you back to Spaceport Control without telling you anything?
How could he tell me anything, Astro? He didn't know anything himself. But it's some serious trouble. I'll bet my next leave on that.
You know, the boys told me that ship wasn't so smashed up at that. Now, they must have used their braking rocket.
Well, that's the big mystery. Where's the pilot now? Hey, will you guys knock it off? I want to get some sleep. Now, button up.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Roger's right. It's really late. Good night, fellas.
Oh.
Night. Hey, Astro. What are you doing over there?
Going to sleep like the senior cadet told me. Why?
Was that you, Roger?
Was that me what? Hey, what's with you guys tonight?
Oh, blasted. One of you's over in the corner now. Which one of you is it?
You're having a nightmare. I haven't budged from the sack, Tom.
I may not have radar vision, but when I see someone prowling around the room, I know that... Roger. Astro. Someone in here over by the table. Get it! We piled in hard, and even though we were 3 against his 1, we had a tough time nailing him. A few minutes later, we hauled him into Commander Arkwright's office. In the light, he turned out to be one of the weirdest characters you'd ever want to meet. This is the man we captured in our quarters. A real space creep, isn't he?
Well, this is certainly a strange form of human being.
Yes. Pardon me, Commander. Joan, do you think he's in some sort of hypnotic condition?
I don't know, Steve. Look at his eyes. A person under regular hypnosis usually has a rather vacant stare. But his seemed to burn right into you.
Corbett, has he made any sounds? Anything that might give us a language clue?
Nothing, sir. That's one of the first things I noticed. While we were fighting with him in the dorm, he didn't even so much as grunt.
Suppose I try to question him, sir.
All right, Steve. See what you can get out of him.
Let's sit him down, boys.
Right, sir.
Right there.
Now, where are you from? What's your name? Name? Can you speak? Talk? Alcar? What the blazes does that mean? Where do you come from?
That seems to be all he can say, sir. Cadet Astro reporting, sir. I've just given a detailed report to the security guard.
All right, Astro. Stand with your unit.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is your name? Your name?
Alcar? What's the matter with you, Junior? That name,
Well, does Alcar mean something to you, Astro?
yes, sir, it's a legend. Legend? Yes. The legend of the black planet of Alcar.
When the strange character that we captured in our dormitory turned out to mention the word Alcar, it reminded Astro of an old legend, the legend of the black planet of Alcar. Astro told us that when he was an enlisted space sailor, his crewmates had always spoken about Alcar with a sort of a fear and a dread, and had talked about the violent space storms that surrounded the planet, storms that could drag a rocket ship down to destruction on its surface. Well, we checked our solar charts, and we found that Alcar's probable location was somewhere on the trans-Neptune orbit. The next question was, why had the Alcarians sneaked into Space Academy? Well, Dr. Dale answered that one for us. Her laboratory had been ransacked. Now, she was working on a new ray, the neuron ray. The neuron ray was very much like our standard parallel ray, with one important modification. It could pierce any defensive screen and paralyze any living object behind it. Nothing could stop it. Obviously, that's what the Alcarian wanted. But why? Commander Arkwright figured that a close inspection of the black planet would give us the answer to that, and he assigned Captain Strong to the job. Now, since we were his crew, Astro, Roger, and I would go along. But before we blasted off, the skipper made some important security prevention measures.
There, Tom. That's the last of the telecams. Oh, and remember, not a word about this to Astro and Roger. I didn't intend for you to know either, but... Well, if something happens to me, somebody on the crew has to know what they are.
Hey, sir, I understand that they're miniature telecameras which, well, record and transmit everything they see. But you still haven't told me why we've installed them on every deck of the Polaris.
Well, you might as well know their purpose on this trip, Tom. With those telecam transmitters, Commander Arkwright and Dr. Dale can observe us constantly when we're out on space. So whatever happens, there's a complete record on Earth.
I get it, Captain. Then if we don't come back, Commander Arkwright knows what happened.
That's right, Tom.
Okay, sir. Here's the screen. What do we do with
He
it?
seems pretty passive.
I wouldn't trust him, sir. He seemed passive before, too.
Yes, I know. All right, strap him into those cushions over there. They'll hold him till we're out in space.
Come on, Lightning. Get over here.
All right, and hurry it up now. We blast off for Alcar in 2 minutes.
Commander Arkwright here.
Dr. Joan Dale reporting from rocket cruiser Orion, Channel 7.
Channel 7. Thank you. Hello, Joan. How are you?
All right, sir.
And how are the tests proceeding?
Oh, fine. The ray works very well at long range. But, sir, the reason I called, have you been in contact with the Polaris on your telecam receiver?
Why, yes. I have a telecam receiver in front of me right now.
I thought Steve and the boys were supposed to report back to the academy after they found Alcar.
Well, they were, according to orders. I don't know what made them go in. Transmission was cut off for a while.
Shall I proceed to Alcar and help them?
Why, no, not yet, Joan. Excuse me. Yes?
Polaris reporting, sir, Channel 14.
Very well. I have to cut off now, Joan. They're trying to raise me. Contact you later.
All right, sir. End transmission.
Hello there, Strong. I've been watching. I'm glad to hear from you.
I'm glad to be reporting, sir. We had a very rough landing, but we're on Alcar now, plan to explore the surface. Cadet Manning is going to stay in the Polaris and maintain contact with you via teleceiver. Do you have any further orders?
No further orders now, Strong. But proceed with caution. You may be walking into a trap.
Don't worry, Commander. We'll be on our toes. End transmission.
heavy gravity pull sure wears you out fast. Gosh, I'm glad we didn't have to wear our spacesuits. I couldn't budge one of those on. Certainly is a rocky, barren sort of place. Reminds me of the lowlands of northern Venus.
Do you really think there's any life around here, sir?
I'm pretty sure there is, Astro.
Don't forget our boy back there.
Gee, look at this rock there. The gravity makes it weigh about 3 times what it does on Earth.
You see that?
There you are, sir.
Uh-huh. That explains why the Polaris was pulled into Alcar.
What do you mean?
Well, I'd need a laboratory analysis to be sure, Tom, but this rock looks like a chunk of platinum-rich meteoroid.
Platinum? Hey.
Only a small quantity of pure platinum ore, mixed with nickel and a great quantity of iron.
Well, then, if Alcar is composed of that kind of rock, its mass must be very dense, and it has a gravitational pull way out of proportion to its size.
Exactly, Tom. Well, let's see if there's any living things around here.
What? Say something, sir?
It looks like some kind of underground tunnel.
When you look at those walls, that's no natural formation. Smooth as the silk. And look, perfectly symmetrical. What do you make of it, sir?
Oh, I don't know, Tom. It looks as though it might... What is it, Astro?
That roar, you hear it? What beam of Jupiter is that? Get back, everybody, quick! Jupiter, that wind is as strong as a cyclone. What do you suppose this is, sir? Can't imagine. What do you think?
I think that that's some kind of an underground train.
Train?
Yes. This tunnel must be a tolerance chute. Trains and cars are pushed forward by compressed air, and I think this tunnel is an escape vent to relieve the forward air pressure.
What kind of a place is this Alcar, anyway?
Well, obviously, it's not the wilderness it looks like up here.
Maybe we ought to start doing some fast backtracking. Uh-oh. Here come our boys. Manning. And the Alcari.
Oh, charming.
Look out, he's got my car on the way. Blast your height. You dirty space crawler. All right, you got the gun. They can't harm you now. Why don't you try using the neutralizer on him? Right there on the bottom of your gun. Sorry, sir. I tried to warn you.
So, Danny, what happened?
He slugged me when I wasn't looking. And then he brought me here. Certainly doesn't look like he's in a trance now. Didn't move like it either.
Listen. It sounds like another train coming.
Must be rush hour. Hey, what's he up to? Obviously, he wants us to move toward the tunnel. He isn't going to push us in front of one of those trains, is he?
I don't think so, Astro. This one's approaching more slowly. Go ahead, Corbett. Something tells me we're going for a ride.
I bet my next leave, we're going for a ride.
Looks like we reached a dead end, boys.
That is right. This place looks like a tomb. I wonder what happens now. Hey, where's Tom? He was right behind me when... No, I was behind you. Tom was behind me. Oh, fine time for him to take a run up. He never ran out on anything. Well, look, something must have happened to him, sir.
But nobody escorted us here. We just came through the doors that opened and closed for us.
You suppose maybe he escaped? Hold it, Astro. Look, like the craters of Luna. What is that, a mummy?
Quiet, Astro.
Greetings, gentlemen. Welcome to Alcar.
Who are you?
You do not recognize me, Captain Strong?
No, I can't say that I do.
Of course, Captain. But you really should know me. You've read about me in the history books, I'm sure. Why, every primer of space war tactics speaks of Luxor.
Luxor? Who in blazes is Luxor?
Oh, great Jupiter. But that's impossible.
Oh, not at all, Captain. Not at all impossible.
Somebody please let me in on this. Who is Luxor? Sounds like one of those old-fashioned beauty soaps.
This is hardly a place for levity, Cadet Manning.
Luxor was the last of the warlords of Mars, Roger.
Oh, yeah, the Martian warlord. But, sir, Solar Alliance got rid of them about 150 years ago, didn't they?
Yes. And that would make him almost 200 years old.
You can't make us believe you've lived all that time.
Perhaps I can't, but nonetheless, it is true. You see, I am speaking to you from my home. It's a sterile cosmoplast shell in which I have lived for the last 100 years. With the aid of special diet, connective tissue injections, and a narrow-band ultraviolet radiation, I have kept perfect health. Although externally, my body has aged with years.
That's amazing.
Okay. So you're in great shape. So what does that make us?
Yeah, why did you lead us here?
Oh, yes. I presume you are anxious to know your fate.
Fate, huh? That don't sound so good.
Well, sir, apparently you are the reason why we are on Alcar. I think we deserve some explanation.
But of course. You see, the rest of the warlords of Mars is soon returning from his self-imposed exile to resume his former eminence. Only this time as warlord of the entire Solar Alliance. And you, all of you, will help.
Well, while Captain Strong, Roger, and Astro were being held prisoner in Luxor's underground headquarters, I made my way back to the Polaris without being spotted. There, I tried to contact Dr. Dale. I knew she was somewhere near Alcar in her ship, the Orion. Meanwhile, underground, the skipper and the fellows were trying to give me a chance, doing their best to stall Luxor, but the more he talked, the more hopeless the situation seemed. And then they got a big surprise.
We have your codes, recognition signals, and the necessary information to pass through your space quadrant without being challenged.
Oh, how did you get them?
A friend of yours supplied the data. There, behind you. Do you recognize him?
Elblast. Strong. Nice of you to drop in. Why, you crummy space rat. Watch your jets, Manning. Wait till the odds are a little more even.
So, you're their source of information, Elblast. That's how the Elcarian knew how to get into Space Academy. That's how he knew about the...
Finish your statement, Captain Strong. That's how he knew about the neuron ray.
In my former position with the Solar Guard, I naturally knew of all developments. Wait. Where's the other member of your unit? Where's Corbett?
Well,
He was blasted by one of our guards.
I just came from the Central Guard headquarters. There was no report of any cadets being blasted.
Indeed? Oh, I see. At last, I want you to find the other cadet and bring him here to me.
Aboard the Polaris, I finally made contact with Dr. Dale and told her everything that had happened. The Orion was equipped with telecam receivers, so she could see everything that was going on aboard the Polaris, and she sure got an eyeful. I didn't know my old pal, Commander Elblast, was crawling up behind me. But Dr. Dale had a ringside seat.
No, it can't be. Elblast. Commander Elblast. Yes?
Haven't been able to get through to Earth on direct channel yet, ma'am. I'm going to try a Mars lunar relay.
All right, Lieutenant, but work as quickly as you can. Cadet Corbett has just been captured by Elblast. I'm watching them on my telecam receiver.
Elblast? Why, ma'am, I thought
Just a moment, something's going on. Elblast is giving Corbett some instructions. Yes, now Corbett's calling someone. Listen in to them, Lieutenant.
I will, ma'am. Polaris to Orion. Polaris to Orion. Come in, please.
Orion to Polaris. Go ahead.
Dr. Dale.
I was just thinking, if you brought your ship down, your crew could help me rescue Captain Strong and the fellows.
Yes, Tom, go on.
Well, I've persuaded the Alcarian to talk. He'll guide you through the area of space junk surrounding Alcar.
All right, Tom. Have him stand by. I'll have my astrogator take over, and the Alcarian can talk him down.
All right, ma'am.
Hello, control deck. Did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am, but you're not falling for it, are you?
El Blast thinks he's tricking us, but I think we can upset his plan. Put out a tracer beam. Alert Destroyer Squadron B and have them follow us in.
Very well, ma'am.
All right, take over the channel and let El Blast guide you in.
Right. Hello, Polaris. Orion, ready for orders.
This is the Polaris. Establish orbital course around Alcar. Hold 1/2 space speed.
El Blast thought he was pulling Dr. Dale down into a trap, but because of the telecam, she was all set for him. When the Orion landed, she sprung her own trap on him. And a few minutes later, in Luxor's underground headquarters, when the Alcarian announced the arrival of Commander El Blast, the warlord himself got a surprise.
Well, Commander El Blast, it's about time. But where's Cadet Corbett and Dr. Dale?
Luxor,
Well, answer me.
Right here, pal.
Look out, through there. Help him, El Blast. Help him.
Now, stand back on! Stand back! Throw him there with the others. I'm sorry, sir. It's all right, Tom. Don't take a move.
There'll be another chance.
Not anymore, there won't. Now that I have this, you're of no further use to me.
Ah, El Blast. Is that the new wrong ray?
Yes, Luxor.
Oh, good. We had just left.
A correction, Luxor. I have it.
What?
In spite of all your protection, your sealed room, your armored room, you cannot escape. This neuron ray can blast right through the walls.
El Blast, have you gone mad?
At last, I am the master of Alcar. I will lead the attack against the Solar Alliance.
No.
Hey, look at the Alcarian! Get up, boys, it's getting too hot. Master. Hey, is this for real? I'll say it is. Where's that Alcarian going?
Well, never mind him. This one's gone. The Alcarian hit him with a heat ray.
Well, you better hang on to this, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
Maybe we better shove off, Skipper. That Alcarian might be back with a few of his pals. Dr. Dale's waiting in the sub-car.
Right.
Hey, what about Luxor? He's in the deep freeze.
Master.
What happened to him? The old guy calmed down.
That's all right, sir. The Alcarian must have broken into that airtight chamber and forgot to close the airlock behind him.
You mean that just because they let some normal outside air into the room, the old man died?
Oh, Luxor's been sealed up in a completely sterile chamber for years, Astro. He's too old to withstand the shock.
Look, let's back the space base somewhere else. This place isn't so healthy for us, huh?
Right. Let's blast off. On the double.
And believe me, we did. We got out of there fast, met Dr. Dale on the surface, and blasted away from Alcar at full space speed. Later on, a full squadron of Solar Guard rocket cruisers went in and did a thorough mop-up job. And that's the story of the mystery of Alcar. Now, next week, I'm going to tell you how one of Roger's bright ideas got us sidetracked into looking for a lost colony on Venus. So I'll see you then, huh? Same time, same station. And until then, spaceman's luck to all of you.